That does look really cool. Surge. Mysidia. This is quite the beautiful game. I will keep on saying that.
It's not much further now.
The path seems well kept. Do you and the villagers often come this way?
Only me. Once every new moon without fail. It is my duty both as village elder and Walius's descendant.
But surely no one blames you for what happened. Why should you bear the responsibility alone?
You misunderstand. I do it because I want to. To show him that he isn't alone, and that there are still some of us who would see an end to his suffering. Suffering you will soon witness with your own eyes. The forest grows quickly here.
And yeah, I'd heard about
Left unattended, the path would
them
be reclaimed in a
mentioning
matter of
buying it out, but
weeks.
I don't think that they'd be super serious about that. But clearly Disney is really ticked off with how well Sonic 3 is doing in beating Mufasa. And it's really funny how they, from what I heard as of earlier today, apparently they've deleted some of their tweets that have gotten community node and like reposted them with different wording to not get community node. And across both Twitter and Instagram, they've deleted or hidden a lot of responses of people being like, nope, Mufasa is not #1 in the world. Stop saying that. It's actually Sonic 3. There's an Amazon pre-order page live for the Steelbook edition of Sonic 3, though no image yet of the final product. I didn't even realize that there were Steelbooks for movies, I'm gonna be honest.
By time for 80 summers.
It's not right.
No. It's not.
Yeah, that's quite a while. But yeah, I mean, it is the much more popular movie from what I understand. And plus, I'm sure a lot of people are probably pretty tired of live-action Lion King related stuff. Is what I'm sure of. I mean, I never watched any of them. And I wouldn't have a memory of original Lion King stuff, though I'm sure I've seen it before.
Down in the center. Follow me.
I guess we're playing Death Stranding.
He's still primed.
I'll never forget my first priming. The fear. And I was old enough to understand what was happening. One can only imagine how this poor child felt.
He is the victim of an unforgivable sin. Committed by people who saw him as nothing but a means to an end. He must be so frightened.
Then I'll ease his burden.
You don't mean?
I'm not going to hurt him. Contrary to the tales, I don't go around killing dominants for no reason. What if I told you there was a way to remove Wallace's icon?
I tell you, you were a madman.
It's hard to believe, I know. But it can be done. Though, it isn't without its risks. Part of the icon remains no matter what.
So, it might still come to violence.
I don't know. It depends on the dominant. I've seen things end well, and I've seen things spiral out of control. But I do know one thing. If we turn our backs on this child, there will be no end to his suffering. And I think that a worse fate than the alternative. Don't you?
Very well. Do what you must. And whatever happens, I will own the consequences.
Don't be afraid, little one. Let me bear the weight. Hush now. It's going to be all right.
Is it done?
I think so. I can feel the icon inside me. But something's wrong. He wasn't just afraid. He was angry. All right. Let's see what you've given me.
So is it gonna make me use Leviathan's power in this tutorial battle here? I assume. And it looks like this is one of those summons, kind of like Benedicta could do with the Garuda thingamabobs. The power of water. Clive has claimed a portion of the icon Leviathan's essence. Tuning with Leviathan not only changes the elemental aspects of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities such as Cross-Swell, an inescapable rush of water that pummels enemies from multiple angles. Ability details are found in the Abilities tab in the main menu. Leviathan's feat. Leviathan's iconic feat, Serpent's Cry, can be used to summon to Clive's off-arm a sea-spitting serpent capable of dealing precision strikes to enemies at great distances. Pressing plus in this state will unleash a tidal torrent, multiple bursts of water capable of forcefully knocking back smaller creatures. Pressing L1 will fire a powerful jet of water, a tidal stream at enemies situated just outside of melee range. Okay. Tidal gauge. Using these attacks will deplete your tidal gauge, becoming unavailable when the gauge is empty. The gauge will slowly replenish over time, but it can be refilled quicker by pressing circle. Time a second press perfectly with the on-screen prompt to immediately refill the gauge, as well as earn unlimited ammunition for a short period of time. Tidal gauge is also replenished when successfully executing a precision dodge. Okay, so it's just like better magic spells that I rebuild over time and spend and use up and rebuild again. While using Serpent's Cry, pressing R1 again while dodging will cause Clive to roll in the air, extending the dodge even further. Tidal Torrent can be used while rolling by pressing square. Okay. Only Leviathan's abilities are available during this battle. Yeah, to
Leviathan.
show me how it works and stuff. Cross-Swell Deluge. Okay, interesting. So let's see here. Pew pew. Okay. Yeah, that's a tidal stream. Pew pew. Refill. Let me refill. Whoops. What? I still got it though. Oh, if I time it perfectly, then it's the infinite thingamabob. Okay. Interesting. Speaking of Sonic, PMP games and video games plus still have good ongoing sales for a bunch of Sonic titles. Okay. Wow. Oh, it goes faster than I think it would here. Oh yeah, and the dodge. So pressing R1 again is just the extended dodge. During the extended dodge, I can shoot is what I think it is. Okay. So then, yeah, the tidal stream is good for those guys. Yeah, so as I get used to the speed there. Yeah, I don't exactly have Garuda to be doing anything there. Okay. Interesting, though. Okay, I don't need to have, like, the full amount that I need to pop that. It still lets me get away with just having it partially. Alright. Wait, how do I press that to cancel? Okay. Water wall. And yeah, I can shoot water now. the super soaker in my hand. And then say, like that. Ow. Something like that. And then we'll stagger in a sec here, and then I'll try my other abilities. Yeah, how about I do that? And then, whoa, that's that one. Whoa. Okay, so let's see here. I don't even know what I'm doing. Here, deluge. Whoa. Okay, crosswell. Okay, interesting. Pretty sure my health is already going up, but just in case there. Okay, so then these guys. This is a good ranged crowd control thing. Okay, but I can't use the other one while I'm dashing. Just that one. That's all I can do. Okay. So even if I just have a smidge, like 5%, yeah, I can still do that. Okay. So then, yeah, target these guys. That is kind of nice how there's a tutorial battle that makes you use it, like, immediately after getting it. So that you get an idea of how it works and how it compares to your other stuff that you've been using. Pew, 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 water shotgun. Pew, pew, pew. There's water shotgun a whole bunch. There. Enough water to the face. Perico slain. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with my Phoenix Shift, Garuda's whatever the hell it is, and the Zentetsuken. Is what I like. But maybe I'll use some of the iconic abilities.
Is everyone all right?
He seems calmer now.
You said Walius was frozen in time. But he knew we were here. How?
I don't know. He's never reacted to anything or anyone. Until now.
The child has been bound for nigh on a century. If he has been conscious from the first, we must remove the seal at once.
It's not that simple. I wish it were, but... there's more to this tale. It would be better if I explained back at the village.
I see. Then let's return before it gets dark.
I'm sorry, Walius. I will make this right.
Flow trophy earned.
So, part of Leviathan is inside you now, is it? Does it hurt?
No.
What she said in the subtitles
Not
didn't
anymore,
quite
anyway.
match up there. There was a now that
Good.
she said that wasn't in there.
Because I still have need of your strength. If you want to know the rest, we should head to the Witten Hall.
Of course.
Okay, but first, I want to have a little bit of a look-see here about the abilities Leviathan channeled. Okay, so it doesn't put it externally, it just shifts the other things around so that it can still fit everything here. Alright, that's pretty visually satisfying then. Yeah, Serpent's Cry, and out of curiosity here, yeah, upgrade actions. If Burning Blade has been acquired, holding that will initiate a Charge Torrent. If Charge Magic has been acquired, holding that will initiate a Charge Stream. Okay, so there's charge versions of both then. If Lunge has been acquired, playing X and Square will cause Clive to jump back while launching a volley of ranged tidal bombs. That's cool. And Master extends tidal gauge, extends unlimited ammunition period following a quick refill. And I've mastered, yeah, the things that I'm currently using there, just making sure. So yeah, these things that we saw here, Crosswell. Create twin waves that rush inward, dragging smaller enemies to a central point before Clive. Ooh, that could be a good one for grouping people up and then doing, like, Bahamut's Beam or something like that, I don't know. Upgrade extends range of Swell, increasing its overall area of coverage. Okay, interesting. And the other one that we tried out here was Deluge, which seems like a good rapid-fire kind of thing. Launch a long-range rapid-fire salvo of water that's capable of severely knocking back smaller enemies. Upgrade gradually augments firing speed while ability is active, increasing maximum possible hit count. So a good one to build up like the damage multiplier and stagger if that's what you're going for there. Well, I also have diamond dust for that already, so I might not need that. Abyssal Tear. Rip open a slowly expanding gateway to the murky depths of the sea. And when the timing is right, summon forth an abyssal storm that hones in on nearby enemies. Interesting. Does it now? Huh. So it's a thing with its own gauge there. So I wonder if I can, like, get that charged up. Like, pop it, get it charged up, and then the moment that they're staggered, like, hit the ability button again, and then pop it. Let's see here. Tear open a temporary gateway to the bottom of the sea directly above Clive's head. Execute the ability again to vent 3 bursts of water through the gate into all nearby enemies. Will knock down smaller enemies, effective in bringing down flying targets or interrupting spells. Huh. Gauge. Tier size will slowly increase over time as indicated by an on-screen gauge. Tier size ranges from 1 to a maximum of 3. The larger the tier, the more water will pass through during an event. Executing a precision dodge while Abyssal Tier is active will increase its growth speed. Both creating an Abyssal Tier and executing vent can be done while in midair. That's cool. Increase the maximum tier size from 3 to 4, allowing more water to discharge during a vent. Huh. Strike an enemy multiple times with a single vent would be Abyssal Vent. Huh. Okay, and the ultimate thing is called Tsunami. Conjure a whirling wave of whirling, whatever the heck, wave of titanic proportions to swallow up and spit out all enemies caught in the surf. Huh. This really knocks back all smaller enemies caught in the wave. Upgrade increases hits. Huh. Interesting. I think this is the one that I'm most intrigued by right now. So here, let me try this out really quickly. And then maybe, I don't know, replace one of my orbs. That's maybe what I do. One of those. Sure. Let's try this one for now. And let's see what it's like. And if I can chain it with switching between like what gauge I'm charging up on the screen. Like switch over to Sentetsu can charge it up a little bit, switch back here and it's still above me, and then I let it off and let off that level 3. Because if there's another thing that I could be charging, I wonder if using other abilities would cancel it. I'm gonna have to try things out here. But yeah. Let's see. Guess we'll go find out the full story over this way, and the next time I'm in some random encounter battle, I'll see what's going on with that. Because maybe I'll want to end up using it. Might well be nice. But yeah, for my super strong thingamabob, I'll probably stick with diamond dust for now. Like, I don't know if the tidal wave would max out hit count as well. Maybe do it even better, who knows?
To understand the spell which binds Walius, you must first know who we are, and what drove my forebears to commit such an atrocity. This tapestry is our story, the one that brought us here. After generations of wandering, my people sought refuge in northeastern Storm, some 170 years ago. But in exchange for our safety, the Gregorian Church demanded we renounce our faith, and branded us heretics when we could not.
To be exterminated, as a lesson to others.
And so was it chronicled in the Imperial histories, for anything less would have made the Church seem weak. Yet a handful survived. The few who did fled north and west, and in doing so discovered 2 things that would forever shape our fates. The first was an old legend, revealing how to make your very own Mother Crystal.
I've heard that one before.
Yes, yet it gave them new hope, however false. Our ancestors convinced themselves that they could recreate the divine if they could only find a strong enough heart. A living being capable of channeling torrents of ether. And the heavens provided.
A dominant. Well, yes.
They'd stumbled across a nostrum in an ancient ruin, which they believed could provoke a sudden outpouring of a creature's ether. They meant to enrage his icon. Leviathan would have destroyed everything, had our people not made their second important discovery. A means to stop time itself?
Where did they find that? The Northerners had no such magics, or they would have used them.
When our ancestors first arrived, the land was uninhabited, save for an old witch who lived on the highest peak. Her body had been consumed by the curse, a cruel payment for her long years of service to the Northern Thanes. So desperate were they to prevent the fall of Drake's Eye, they'd forced her to devise a spell to stop time.
But Drake's Eye did fall.
It did. When she finally perfected the necessary magics, it was already too late. As punishment for her failure, the Thanes exiled her to this forsaken place to live out the few days she had left. Knowing her suffering, our ancestors cared for her as best they could, and in return, she gifted them her spell. That even though she should die, her legacy might live on. So armed with both the knowledge of the ancients and the secrets of time, our ancestors settled upon an ambitious plan. They would create a new Mother Crystal and enchant it that it might endure for all eternity. Thus would our people's wandering, our suffering, finally end, and prosperity visit us once more. And all it would require was the sacrifice of a single child. A small price to pay, or so they believed.
Another victim of man's blind reliance on the Mother Crystals. So we know the seal source. How do we break it and restore the flow of time?
Do you recall the Dome of Light on top of the cliffs to the west? Inside lie the ruins of an old temple. It was there that the witch built the Vare, a conduit of sorts that channels her remaining ether into the Surge. But it's been a long time since anyone set foot in the place. And now, there are others who claim it as their own.
Then we shall go prepared for a fight. That said, it may be best if one of us stays behind.
You think the village could be in danger?
We saw the ether flow from Wallius in all directions, but only encountered a single familiar. There will be more. And should even one make its way here, I doubt the walls could hold it back for long.
Then I shall stay. The Phoenix will see your people safe, tributary.
You have my thanks.
Very well. We should depart at once. I fear time may no longer be a luxury we can afford.